Okay, so I think we're ready to start. If it's possible, please turn on your camera. Yeah. All right. Let's all pay respects to Luang Por together. Well,
Johnny, how's everything? I hear you.
Yeah. Now I think it's okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Luang Por. Yes, can hear you.
How many people are joining the Zoom?
Oh, there are 19. 19. Is it very hot in Udon?
No, it's very rainy, very humid.
Oh, you-
You heard of the super typhoon, yeah?
Oh, yeah. From Hong Kong, is it?
Yeah, it passed Hong Kong and then to Laos, yeah. And we just get the rain, we don't get the wind. And now there's another one coming up. So, how is Singapore? Hot? Humid?
Yeah, it's the same. It's very. These 2 days was very hot. It was very hot. Yeah.
The super typhoon took all the clouds, from Singapore, and gathered it. So how is everyone? Yeah. Use your time. Yeah. We are in the human world. Yeah. We should use our time, not waste it. Waste it with doing this and doing that. Building this, building that. I mean, think about it, I often talked about it, even when we come back in the human life, we have to learn to walk, to talk, to think, yeah. And we need to go to school. But not only this, yeah. I mean, when we come back, when we go into the working world, I mean, we learn a profession, yeah. In this life, yeah, we become a doctor. In the next life, we have to learn it again, and to learn it again, yeah. Or a scientist, we have to learn it again and again. Each time we come back in the human world, I mean, it's pretty much erased. All these things that we've done, all the wealth that we acquired, the houses that we built, the companies that we, that we did, yeah. It's all gone. The moment we die, it's all gone. Yeah? And in the next life, we have to do it again. And again, and again, and again. The only thing that remains, when we go and die, some of the skills, that we learned in this life, and especially, of course, the good karma and the bad karma. So, think about this very clearly, yeah? I mean, you cannot take anything that you've done in this world, with you in the next world, except for your karma and some of the skills. But even the skills, if you, for instance, if you learn, how to meditate in this life, and in the next life you don't meditate, I mean, you slowly forget the skill. Yeah. Maybe in this life you practice very hard, and then you go to heaven and you forget everything. Yeah? It's so nice, why should we practice? Yeah? And then we come back in the human world, and we have to relearn the skill. Of course, if we've done it before, it will come back to us slowly. Yeah? It's just like a language, I mean, a language that we learned when we were 20 or 18 or 16, yeah? And then didn't use it for 30 years, and then we have to relearn it again. Yeah, I mean, the beginning is always hard, but then it becomes, slowly it comes back to us. Yeah? And that's the same with any kind of skill. Be it learn it, becoming a doctor, or becoming a scientist, or whatever, yeah. The fame, the fame that we have acquired, it's gone the moment we die. Yeah? The power that we have acquired, look at all the people who want to be very powerful, yeah. It's all gone. Yeah? And we have to do it again. Yeah? And again, and again. Yeah? And most of the time, maybe we have to do it in the human life. Yeah? It's hard work. Yeah? Why don't you find, ask yourself, why don't you find the way out, out of samsara? Yeah? Just like in my last talk, I said, there are 4 things, that don't diminish. Yeah? When we die, there are 4 things, we can take with us, yeah, into the next life. And this one is sotapanna, the stream entry. That is not erased. Yeah? The stream entry is fixed. Yeah? Whatever, when we attain to stream entry in this life, in the next life is still our stream entry. Yeah? Or once returner, or non-returner. And Arahant, they don't come back anyway. Yeah? But the Anagami comes back, but not in the human life, or not in the Deva world, in the heavenly world. Yeah, he goes into his own 5 realms of existence. Yeah? From there he goes into Nibbana. Yeah? That is something, that we acquire, that we achieve in this life, that we can take in our next life. If we achieve, to be one of the greatest doctors, a heavenly doctor in this world, yeah, in this life, in the next life we have to study again. Yeah? It doesn't come like this. Okay, I was, I'm 3 years, 4 years old. Oh, I was a doctor. I don't have to study anymore. No, we have to learn it again and again and again. Yeah, that is tiring when we think about it. But most of us, we don't think about it. Yeah? All what we do is we run after our senses. Yeah? The sense of the eye, the sense of the ear, the sense of the nose, yeah? The sense of the tongue, the sense of the body, yeah? Touching, yeah? and the sense of thinking. That's what we run afterwards. We never ask, what is the purpose of it? Because the senses, are anicca. Yeah? We eat something deliciously, and after a while, the sense is gone. Yeah? Then we have to eat it again. And we eat it again. This was so nice. We have to eat it again, and again, and again, and again. Because the senses, are of fleeting nature. Yeah? They are anicca. Yeah? They come and they go. They come and they go. It's the same with the feelings. They come and they go. They come and they go. Yeah? We cannot keep anything. We cannot hold on to anything. So why do we feel so attached to them? But that is what we do. Yeah? When we look at the world, that's what they do. They run after their senses. Yeah? A senseless hankering after sense gratification. Yeah? And next life the same thing. Yeah? They don't notice that these things are anicca, yeah? That they are not lasting. But there is something that is much more lasting, and that is, for instance, entering samadhi. Yeah? Entering samadhi, where we are at peace, where we're stillness, or where we're happy, or where there's a lot of joy. Yeah? This lasts longer. It's not impermanent. Yeah? It's not permanent. Yeah? But it lasts longer and gives us more gratification. Yeah? But it's so difficult for us to do. Yeah? Yeah? Especially nowadays with our smartphones. Yeah? We just pull, we just look. Yeah, wasting hours, on TikTok movies, or, looking up this, looking up that. Yeah? We waste our time. Yeah? As if our time would not be precious. It is very precious, so we shouldn't waste it in this way. So that's what I want to say. Yes, Annie, did you listen very well?
Yes, Uncle.
I hope you remember it, yeah?
Yeah.
Because next life, you might become an accountant again, and do it all, all again, Yeah. Okay, so if there are any questions, go ahead and ask them.
Okay. Thank you, Luang Por, for the Dhamma talk. Anyone has any questions? You can raise your hand.
Good evening, Ajahn. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Yes, I have the camera off. So I
Okay.
wanted to
No,
ask
it's okay.
that I've never heard you describe much about the fruits of the path, the nirvana, the nibbana. Like you say a lot about ending dukkha, ending lot of suffering.
Yeah.
And that we'll get rid of suffering by the practice, but I don't really know exactly what happens when you are enlightened, or how is it, like, are you blissful all the time, or is it, I don't know, like, what are the fruits, what are we striving towards? So you don't feel motivated much if you don't know what you are aiming for. At least that's for me personally. Like in Christianity and other religions, there's some beautiful concepts of unification with the God.
I mean, it's just a concept. Yeah.
But it still feels nice. I mean, you long for the unification with God or something higher. But in Buddhism, I mean, in the Dhamma, I don't see any such thing.
Nibbana is unification with yourself, with all beings. Yeah? That's a unification. It's the extinction of dukkha, and it's the extinction of the fire that burns our heart. Yeah? I mean, when you look closely, at your heart, it constantly wants to do something. That is a fire. Yeah? That is the fire burning, and if you look closer through meditation, then this fire is actually quite a lot of dukkha. Yeah? You want to do something, but you don't know why. Yeah? Something, when you sit in meditation, you want to get up. When you get up, you want to do this, then you want to do that. That is the fire, the fire of greed, or restlessness, or discomfort, I mean, that constantly drives us mad. I mean, look at it. That's why I normally say, look at it much closer. But if you want to know, I mean, you talked about Christianity, it's a concept, but people cannot experience it. But actually, you could experience Nibbana, as a preview of Nibbana, if you go into deep samadhi. And then I guarantee you, when you come out, the first thought that you have is, I want to go back. I mean, you can really, what Nibbana is about, you can experience it, or at least the preview of Nibbana, you can experience it. And everybody who puts his mind to it, can experience it if he wants to. If you want to know, what Nibbana is like, go into deep samadhi where the whole universe disappears, because that is what is happening, when somebody attained, Nibbana. The universe disappears. The body is still there, he's still, as long as he is there, he still sees, and he still has the dukkha of the body. I mean, how can he not have the dukkha of the body? But he doesn't care so much. He just sees, I mean, when a snake bites him, or when the carp, what is that? Centipede bites him, he still has the dukkha. I mean, Lungta Mahabodhi once showed us, he cried out, and everybody was running to his kuti, and then we investigate somebody, when he was doing Chongkram, the carp, you see two things, two holes, two punctures, and it was at a carp, and it is very painful. So he has the pain of the body, but he doesn't suffer, just like us we suffer. So if you want to know, I mean, even I don't understand that, I mean, everybody says, I don't know what Nibbana is, I mean, Nibbana is the freedom. Is the absolute freedom, yeah? And is the absolutely, what did the Lord Buddha say? Paramang Sukhang. It is the ultimate happiness, yeah? So go into and experience it. But what I don't understand is, yeah, I mean, when there was a gold rush in California, I mean, people heard about it, but they didn't see the gold. They just heard about it, the gold rush. Oh, gold, you know, there's a lot. I mean, people took a trip, you know, over the ocean, from Europe, over the ocean, traveled through the whole of America, you know, and then, you know, I mean, just to find a little piece of gold. Yeah? Just the idea, you know, makes people going. Yeah? In the Nibbana, the idea is you're free from dukkha. And don't you see the dukkha in your life? If not, you know, I mean, do some reflection. In the morning when you get up, you know, I mean, you don't want to get up. There's already dukkha, the dukkha of the body. Then you're hungry, it's a dukkha. Yeah? Then you're thirsty, it's dukkha. Then you need to go to the toilet, it's dukkha. Yeah? Then you're tired, it's dukkha. It's only the dukkha of the body. Then you see something you don't like, dukkha. Yeah? You meet somebody you don't like, dukkha. Yeah? You want something that you don't get, dukkha. I mean, don't you see the dukkha in your life? Don't you want to get rid of the dukkha in your life? Huh? Understand?
Yeah, I do want to get rid of it, but I feel like in my immature mind, I feel like that if this desire is satisfied somehow, some way, then I'll be much happier than getting rid of that desire.
Huh? I mean, if you follow the desire becomes even stronger. That's the nature of desire. Yeah? Yeah? You want something, you know, and you want more of it, and more of it, more of it. Huh? The more you follow the desire, you know, I mean, the more it grows. Yeah? But there's a desire that we can use, yeah? The desire to practice, yeah? The desire to sit, you know, for 5 or 6 hours, the desire, you know, to at least to make it, you know, in this life to Sotapanna. Yeah? That is the desire that we need to use, yeah? Without desire, you know, we cannot finish the task, yeah? So we have to direct it, we have to use the desire, you know, in order, you know, to get to where we want to. But we have to find the right goal. Yeah? If you just follow the desire of the senses, I mean, you end up with nothing. Yeah? Even with more emptiness and with more desire. Yeah? You understand that?
Yeah, I understand.
I mean, you know it from your own experience.
Yes, I don't know, I'm not able to rephrase it, but there's something is lacking inside me. I feel like another person can maybe somehow fulfill that desire in me by just. I have this great feeling that you know that in Nirvana there's just you, right?
There's a what?
Nothing. There's just you. There's only self and nothing else.
No, there's no self.
Yeah, so there's nothing, non-existent.
No. I mean, the Lord Buddha said very clearly, neither am I nor am I not. That's how he described Nibbana. And if you go there, I mean, you have the ability, you know, you need a lot of effort and persistence, you know, you have the ability to go into deep samadhi. Yeah? And that is the preview of Nibbana. Yeah? Because it's
why is it said that you need lots of previous lives, merits and karma to get into samadhi quickly and, you know, to just progress in spirituality? It's like there's not really much you can do in present life.
Oh yes.
You rely on your paramis and all.
Yes. You don't know what you have done. I mean, you wouldn't have found, you know, the way to this YouTube channel, you know, if you didn't have some of the experiences, you know, from your previous lives. Huh? So these are just excuses that are pushed up by the kilesas, you know, to make you not to work on this. Huh? You don't know. Yeah? You don't know how long it took. Yeah? I mean, I think it was in the last talk. I mean, even though I had, you know, practiced a lot in my previous lives, yeah, It took me nearly 2 years, to get into samadhi. It was hard work. But then, once I entered samadhi, it was fine. Yeah, I could go there very quickly. But before, the first meditation session, I remember, after 5 minutes, my head was on the floor. I couldn't sit. I had all this fire in my heart. Yeah, I couldn't bear it. And I thought, looked around. How can they sit still straight? Yeah. And it took me 1.5 years until I could sit straight, and get a little bit of quietude. Yeah? And then sooner or later, I went into samadhi, and then it showed me, there's something. Yeah? It takes persistence and effort. Yeah? Just like everything in our life. Yeah? If you want to become an engineer or a doctor, it takes persistence and it takes effort. Yeah? Nothing falls out of thin air. Yeah?
Yes.
Don't get fooled by the kilesas who said, I don't. A lot of Thai people say the same thing. I don't have enough merit. How do you know if you don't try? Yeah?
I've been trying meditation, not really that sincerely, but for a couple of years, more than 2 years.
Yeah?
I have experienced samadhi yet. I'm not comparing my level to you, not at all.
Yeah, how long do you practice per day?
At my best, I was doing 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
At my best, that was best for me. And sometimes 3 hours, I don't know.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm doing mostly inconsistently 1 hour or 2 hours a day. 1 hour or 1.5 hours. That's so I get peacefulness sometimes, and I develop some kinds of techniques which are helpful. Like one of the techniques I recently got into was treating my breath as a friend. It got me very concentrated on that by doing that. Then later I started to doubting my own technique that
No.
Yeah, what I'm doing is it even rational? Is it even logical or not?
These are the kilesas. If something is working, the kilesas try to undermine it. Yeah? We need a lot of tricks in the beginning, to get our attention back to the breath or on the Buddha. Yeah? So, any kind of trick, that you use is fine. Yeah? But the moment the kilesas understand that this trick is, undermine their power, they try to ridicule it, said, this is not working, and so on and so on. Yeah, they undermine it. Yeah, so don't listen to the kilesas. Yeah, and remember what I said. About my own practice. Yeah, I practice morning 1 hour. I practice when I came back home from work 1 hour, and before sleep, half an hour. Yeah, and on the weekends up to 6 hours. Yeah. Because it was so important for me. It doesn't seem to be too important for you, yeah. So that's why you slack off, yeah.
After a lot of time has been passing, I don't feel much hope for this thing to happening anymore.
That is the kilesas, yeah. Think about it. Think about what did the Lord Buddha say, yeah. He said, if we don't walk one step ahead, we go 2 steps backward. So if you don't try, if you don't persist, then you won't go anywhere, but you actually walk backwards, yeah, if you stop, yeah. I know, the kilesas really, undermine our determination very easily. It's so hard, I practice for 3 years and it doesn't get me anywhere, yeah. I practiced for 7 years without seeing any results, and after the 7th year, suddenly the results came, yeah. I didn't give up. And you give up so easily because, you listen to the kilesas that say, it's all worthless, I don't have enough merit, Lots of people do that, yeah? But this is not the way forward, it's the way backward. Okay, understood?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, any more questions? Sunny?
Thanks, Roland. So, next, anyone? Let me see. Fang?
Hi, Lompo. I
Ah,
got some questions.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I noticed that in my daily life, right, I tend to want to do breath meditation once I reach home after work. And I feel that I'm not calm enough doing body investigation. Is that my cholesterol talking? Or actually,
I wouldn't.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I would do is, I mean, during working days, I wouldn't do body investigation. Yeah, I would just get the mind calm. Yeah, in the morning and in the evening. Yeah, and then do some reflection about your daily life. What happened? What kind of feelings? What was the result of me saying this or me doing this? Yeah, just to look at it. Yeah. But on the weekends, when you're free, when you have nothing to do, I mean, after 1 or 2 hours of samadhi, you can do, half an hour of investigation. Yeah? But I wouldn't do it during the week. Yeah? When you come here, you can do it. Yeah, full time.
Okay. Okay. Then the other question is, I was trying to do body investigation the other day after a few hours of breath meditation. I realized that I keep seeing bright lights, but I don't see the body. So it's because I still haven't get the
You're getting distracted by the white light. Huh? I mean, if you...
It's like the bright lights...
It's a sign of concentration. You're breaking up. Fang?
I'm not talking. I'm not talking.
So what is the question? What is the question?
So my question was, I was seeing the bright lights and I can't visualize the body. So what should I do? Like, should I still continue and do body investigation until I see it eventually, or should I just let it go and stop doing?
I would say, just like I said before, I mean, the white light is a sign of concentration. I mean, the brighter the light is, don't follow it, put it in your heart and, and try to pull it in your heart, yeah, and look into your heart, yeah. It's a good sign of concentration. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. If you want to do body investigation, do it on the weekend, yeah, and then, I mean, just take a book of anatomy, and just look at one picture, and then have this picture, I mean, look at it for 5 minutes, and then have this picture, when you close your eyes, you still have the picture in your mind, and then keep concentrating on it, yeah, until it fades away, and then look at it again, yeah, and then try to concentrate it, yeah, on it, yeah, and look at it, this is part of the body, yeah, or, yeah, I mean, disassemble the body in all its bits and pieces, and throw them out in front of you and look at it, the leg, the toes, the fingers, all of these things, I mean, throw them out, yeah, cut them off and throw them out, and look at them, yeah. I mean, if you can't see them yet, I mean, then train with images, yeah, that you look at it for a few minutes, until when you close your eyes, you still have the image in the inner image, yeah? Okay?
Okay, Ken. I will go and try. I wanted to ask about right livelihood. So actually, right, if a person is a doctor, he's paid to do so. So actually, is this person still doing good merit?
Yeah, sure. If he helps people, I mean, it always depends on the intention, yeah? I mean, a nurse, can have really good intention to help other people, or a nurse can have bad intention, I mean, she wants to be a nurse to be acknowledged by other people, yeah? That is not merit, yeah? I mean, a nurse who really, pushes herself, to serve other people, that is a lot of merit, yeah? For the doctor, the same thing. If there's a doctor who just thinks about, his money that's coming in, I mean, that is not merit, yeah? He just performs a, manual task. Okay?
Okay. Can. Then I wanted to ask about the precepts of not lying. So actually, it also include no harsh speech and
It's breaking up.
I realize in the workplace, sometimes I will discuss with my colleagues some of the things that the subordinates does. So sometimes I do it with the intention to help. I'm also worried that I'm judging people and I'm causing bad karma. So not sure whether it's the right thing to do.
I mean,
Like you try to push the person, but the person is not like is resistant to the push and not doing more, but yet wants a promotion, something like that.
I mean, I wouldn't call it going against the precept. That is normal. That is a normal way, of human beings. Yeah, judging people, of course. I mean, if you judge them to demerit them, then that's not good, But it's not really against the precept. To tell somebody, he's good, even though we know he's really bad. That would be, a lie. Yeah. And, sometimes we can use harsh speech, to wake somebody up with the intention that we want to help him, yeah? But sometimes we are not sure about the intention. So it wouldn't be breaking the precept. But if we want to, put him down, in front of others, then this would be, against the precept. Okay?
Okay, and I got one more last question. I realized that in my daily life, the emotions usually come out before I notice them. For example, anger and frustration, which I'm not sure how to manage them better. Like, do you have any suggestions?
Yes, if you do your daily reflection, look what is happening before these emotions come up. Look at the thoughts, look at the things, yeah, and then tell yourself, tomorrow, yeah, because you don't see very clearly in the beginning. Then tell yourself, tomorrow I will have more sati. I will be more aware of what is going on, yeah, so that I see, what brings up, what kind of thoughts, sometimes, sometimes you get out of bed, with the wrong foot, yeah, and then the whole day is bad, yeah. And then you get easily depressed, or you get easily, angry or something, because something is not working. But you don't know what actually, happened in this morning, what kind of thoughts, what kind of memories. Yeah? If you see them, then you look and you retract, and then you see what is behind them, then you can pull the stone, yeah, that brings up the avalanche, yeah. Okay? Hello? Gone. I mean, is it our internet or is it Sani?
I think it's your internet.
It's my internet.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fang, did you understand?
Yeah, thank you. I will go try. I will get back to you.
Now, when are you coming?
I'm coming in December.
Okay. So, next question.
Yeah. Anyone else with questions to ask? I think there are no live questions.
Okay,
I'll just read the ones.
Then read the ones.
Yeah, I read there are 3 questions. So, first one, Venerable Ajahn Martin, is it harmful to get too calm too quickly? Sometimes when I sit down to meditate, I have the impression that my mind locks down into the movement of my lungs while I'm breathing, and it doesn't care about anything else. After 10 minutes or so, I start to feel a tingling sensation in my teeth and gums. It starts slightly pleasing, but it gets more intense. Then this sensation goes down to my back and arms. After 30 or 40 minutes, this tingling sensation starts to get overhand. It feels like I have energy moving from my chest to my back and down my spine. Then when this sensation goes down to my legs, it becomes too much and I have to get up or my mind gets into other things. When this sensation reaches my legs, it feels nearly impossible to keep on meditating. However, this only happens when I focus too narrowly or when I focus too narrowly and too quickly on the breath. Could I be doing something wrong?
No.
Thank you so much for everything.
No, you don't do anything wrong. What is happening is, because you become concentrated very quickly, yeah. The moment something happens, yeah, when something happens within the realm of the body, like you said, tickling, yeah. You concentrate on this tickling, and this becomes overemphasized, yeah. You should go back to the breath. That is the thing, yeah. You should go back to the breath. Know the breath is going in. Know the breath is going on, out. Know that the breath is deep or shallow, that it is calm. Yeah? So just go and concentrate back on the breath. Yeah? There's no harm done, if you get very quickly into concentration. No harm done. But this powerful concentration, the moment you put it onto something else, yeah, onto tickling or things like that, any kind of feeling, bodily feeling, this becomes overemphasized, yeah, and then it becomes unbearable, yeah. So just go back to the breath, yeah. Know the breath, okay, don't just say, okay, the breath goes in, okay, the breath goes out, in breath is short, out breath is long, yeah, it is deep or it is shallow, whatever, yeah. Until you can stay with the breath and, don't worry about anything else that happens within the body. Okay?
Okay. Next question. I feel grateful and blessed to have found your teachings here on YouTube. These teachings contain
Breaking up.
Practice them persistently.
What?
Contain such a level of excellence that it's
I
necessary
repeat.
to approach your guidance to practice them persistently. Just say thank you for your teaching. And in the end, with your permission, I would like to visit your monastery in the next 6 months.
Yeah, you can come anytime. Anybody can come anytime, yeah. To visit the monastery, to stay at the monastery, to practice, yeah. This monastery is open for everybody, yeah. As long as you behave properly, Yeah. I'm happy that you like it, yeah. I'm sure that there are a lot of people who don't like my teaching, yeah. So it's always the same. Okay, next question.
Yeah. For the last question. Good evening, Tan Ajahn Martin. I have been practicing Satipatthana and Samadhi and can now gain some level of Samadhi regularly. A few weeks ago, just for a few seconds, the heart seemed to have seen the non-self nature of Sankhara. It seems that 98% of human experience is non-self and meaningless. The heart was stunned at this shocking truth, but it was a quick moment and hard to replicate. Since then, I felt like I don't know how to practice anymore. Could Ajahn please talk a bit about how to practice to gain more insight and wisdom? Is there a gradual path or a roadmap of what to investigate and how? Thank you.
Yeah, I normally give the roadmap. First of all, get into Samadhi until there are no thoughts and no memories coming up, yeah? And once you can get there any day, that's what you said, then start with the reflection, yeah? Start with the reflection, the daily reflection. What happened with what kind of thought did I get up, yeah? What did I do, yeah? What was the result of my doing? What kind of thoughts, while I was doing or while I was saying this, what kind of thoughts, what kind of memories, what kind of feelings were there? Don't judge it, then go to the next and go to the next, yeah? Or the other thing you can do is, start with the life when you were born, yeah? Go through it, go back, if you can't go there immediately, then go back, last year, what was happening, No? And then the year before, and then year before, until you come to the school time, until you come to, learning to walk, learning to talk, until you're back in the baby. And then look, and then look the other way, look at your parents, how they work so hard, and for what, for the livelihood, I mean, they spend, when you look at the normal people in the world, they spend, 99% of their time, working for this body, and in the end, this body dies, and then in the next life they have to work again for this body. And this kind of reflections, can help you. Yeah, I mean, the insight you had, these kind of insight, can spring up the moment we get into really kind of deep samadhi, but they are not lasting. And you cannot repeat them. Yeah, I mean, it is, these kind of insights go level by level. The first time, we might be shocked, see something, and then, sooner or later we forget all about it, until the next insight, the same kind of a similar kind of insight comes, that is a little bit deeper. And then an insight comes that is even more deeper, until the insight, that we get into the matter of things, cuts away the kilesas, or cuts away the fetters. Yeah? So, I mean, this reflection, the daily reflection, and then, the reflection about life. What is it life? The talk in the beginning I gave, what is the purpose of our life? Why we are born, yeah? Somebody asked, I ask these questions sometimes, why are we born, yeah? And then, people, sometimes people say, to die, yeah? Why are we dying? To be born again, yeah? And then why are we born? To die again, yeah? And that, makes the whole of samsara. And what you can do if your samadhi is good, start to do with the investigation of the body like I teach it, every now and then, yeah? Start, disassemble a body, put it in front of you, and look at the parts of the body. I mean, you can go according to the 32 parts of the body, or you can do it any way you like it. Just throw everything in front of you and look at it, yeah? And who sits there, who sits there, who sees all these parts? Yeah? I mean, that is getting us to the detachment, yeah? Detachment from the body. To see, the chitta and the body are two different things. Okay, that's my advice. Yeah? If you have any other questions, you have to ask. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Yeah, what?
Yeah, thank you, Longpo. Yeah, that's all the questions that were submitted.
Is there something in the chat?
No, there's live question. Annabelle?
Holland.
Hi, Ajahn. How are you?
Yeah, how is your life?
It's good. Good.
It's good, okay.
At the same time. How are you doing?
Well, I'm surviving.
All right.
Okay, so ask your question.
Yeah, I have a question with my motivation as well. It's not like the first person said, like I don't have faith or anything, because my faith is not lacking, but I really have lack of motivation to sit and practice. And I feel I'm pregnant again. I told you once before, and I feel very tired, and I feel like I just want to sleep all day, and I feel a bit blurry in my head, and it's I can see the suffering of that, of course, and the discomfort of all of that, and yet it doesn't motivate me to sit and meditate. And also I try to listen to your talks because they're still very inspiring, don't get me wrong, and yet like before it was really touching and really inspired me to do something, and right now I feel like nothing really inspires. I just want to sleep and go an easy way, and that's it, and I'm not sure what to do. Because actually I want to do it, but I don't feel it.
Yeah, there's some blockage, in your heart, that blocks it out, so you don't feel the enticement, of practicing. Yeah? It is some sort of dullness, yeah? So,
Yes.
then investigate dullness. Whatever blocks our path, we have to investigate. Yeah? So first of all, we have to see what it is. Is it dullness, or is it resistance, or whatever? And then we investigate that, yeah? And the moment we investigate dullness, the energy comes back, is coming back, and then we can do, yeah? The energy in dullness, the energy is spread all over the place. It's not focused. But the moment we sit down, I say, oh, what is dullness? How does it feel like? Where is it? Where is it coming from? Yeah? And investigate it. Then suddenly the energy is focused, and then we can do anything else. It's just like when you look at boredom, investigate boredom or investigate restlessness. It's a dispersion of energy, yeah? And we leave it, because we are too lazy to pull ourselves together, yeah? But if we look at it, what is the cause? I assume it is dullness. Yeah, you don't want to know anything. Yeah, so I investigate it.
And starting with how does it even feel like, and then
yeah, what is the feeling of dullness? Yeah. You know it, I don't want to do anything, I want to sleep, but really you can't really sleep, you're half dreaming and half sleeping. Yeah?
Yeah.
So it's neither this or neither that, yeah? So investigate it, and that puts our focus back onto what is there, and that that gathers all the energy into one point, yeah. And after that we can practice again, yeah? For a little while, and then something else comes. Now hindrances, it's one of the hindrances, sloth and torpor, yeah, it's called.
Yeah, it's difficult to overcome.
Yeah,
But
because
let's try this.
we see it as a blockage, yeah. When you say it's difficult to overcome, yeah, you really don't want to get down to it. Yeah, you don't want to investigate what is hindrance, what is the blockage. Huh? How does it feel like? What is dullness? We have all these names. Yeah, hundreds. Different kinds of words for different kinds of feelings. But we don't really know them. We don't know how they feel. We don't know, what is behind them, and so. Be interested in this, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh.
I have another question,
yeah.
Because I'm quite stuck in my thoughts sometimes with what is right and what is wrong, and at least when I don't practice too much, I try to not be wrong.
Yeah.
And for example, I've told you before, I have a very lovely boyfriend who's really amazing, and right now while I'm pregnant, he's really trying to help also with everything. For example, like I feel quite sleepy, and he wants to stand up because he feels energized, and I feel like, I just want to lay for another half hour, and well, just an example, I feel the need to not compromise, but compensate with him, because he doesn't compensate. He does a lot
compromise.
of things, and he's good in a lot of things.
See the merit of him. See the goodness in him. See the goodness in him. It is your reaction. It's the same reaction that you have towards practice. It's the same kind of blockage, you just you don't want to know anything. That is called dullness, You You don't want to be bothered by anything, isn't that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct.
If you want to know what is good or what is bad, ask your heart. Because the heart gives you the answer. You know in your heart if something is bad, I mean, the heart beats up and beats up, If you know if something is good, I mean, if the heart is calm. So if you have some bad
but for a
thought.
lot of things it's difficult. I try, but somehow.
Yeah, you're stuck in this darkness and you let it go and it gets deeper and deeper and deeper. Yeah. So you have to pull yourself out, yeah? Or just wait until your baby is born, How long, in what month are you in?
I'm 25, I'm due in the beginning of January, so
Okay.
October, 3 months to
You have to pull yourself out, yeah? There might be some resistance, and we don't want to know anything, we don't want to do anything, I mean, this is dullness, you have to investigate it, yeah? Get out of it, yeah?
For example, when he gets up in the morning because he really wants to help me, for example, then I feel like, it's very sweet of him, and I want to accept it. It's good for me, and it's very nice of him. But at the same time, I feel like, no, I have to get up because I don't want him to do that all the time, which is very kind. And then I feel that need to compensate with him. Do you understand?
Yes.
Because I don't want to let him do too much. Actually, I don't want to get up. I want to sleep, but I don't want to let him do the work. And I feel like I need to compensate with him all the time for everything that he does, and that is difficult. And then I'm not sure what is right or what is the right thing to do then.
That is quite typical of Germanic people, yeah.
Sorry, that is that?
Quite typical of Germanic people, of people from, Germanic tribes, yeah? I mean, they cannot accept, I mean, it is difficult for them to accept if somebody else does something for us. Because we feel we are not worthy of it. So it is the problem lies in self-acceptance.
Yeah, I accept till a certain point, but when he's he's better in me in everything. I mean, sometimes it's annoying because he's great in everything, and when I compare myself always to him, I always feel less. And then I feel like maybe it's good karma for me because I have a good husband, and then I feel better about myself. But at the same time, I feel like if I get that, why I can't be good as well, I feel like I'm
that's where the problem. I mean, you already pointed at the problem. You compare yourself to him, and with this comparison,
but then I feel like what is right and wrong.
Yeah, with this comparison, I mean, you get yourself in trouble. Just accept it. It's difficult, yeah. It's difficult to accept the love or the kindness of other people because we don't feel worthy of it. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Look in yourself, I mean, yeah. And that's why I said, a lot of Germanic people, have the same problem. They cannot accept, I mean, they love to do good things, to other people. But if somebody does, does that to them, they feel a bit awkward. Or sometimes, in your case, you even feel annoyed. Because you cannot accept it. Isn't it?
Yeah, as well. But he just helps a lot more. And sometimes I choose the easy way, and then I'm, well,
okay.
I understand what you say. Yeah, thank you. I have a last question, if you don't mind. At work, I have a colleague, and well, it's with everyone, but this is one example. At work, I have a colleague, and for example, I have a problem with my eye a bit. I'm not sure if you can see. Doesn't really, it's not really bothering me, but this colleague wants to help me, and she's very religious and Muslim, and she says, which is fine, but she says a lot of things like which her prophet says what you should do, or you should do use some kind of things. And actually, it's very kind for her because she really wants to help me. I understand, but she really says that I must do it this way. And I went to the doctor before, and the doctor says very different things. I have to do this and this. So I tried to listen to her help and see her trying to really be helpful and kind. But at the same time, her way of pushing something upon me, which I don't really want, or something like that, it is it's I feel such annoyance then, and I really try to be thankful, and I really say, well, thank you for your suggestion. I will think about it, because I do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel annoyed for her pushing something upon me, which I really think differently about. And this is just an example. I mean, you get that all the time from people, of course. And then I feel so. I feel annoyed within myself, and then I don't want to feel that annoyance. I want to feel kind to her because I know she means well, and I'm not sure how to deal with that feeling.
I mean, follow, whatever I say, I mean, look at annoyance. What came before the annoyance? What kind of thought? What kind of memories? What came before that? What kind of thought? What kind of memories? What kind of feeling? What came before that? Until you find what is the... And it is not much different, with your boyfriend. You also feel annoyed. So it's the same thing, yeah? You see it? I mean, what I normally do is, it says, yes, I listen intently, I listen intently, whatever the people want to say, so they feel accepted, yeah? But I don't necessarily have to do it. So you give her, the feeling that you listen to her, yeah? But you don't have to do it, yeah? Because this annoyance creeps up, and that's why she tries to push it and push it and push it even more. Because you reject it, the moment she says something, you reject it, and how can she not feel that? And that's why she pushes. Yeah? And your rejection becomes strong, and then she pushes more and more and more, and in the end you become annoyed. I mean, what do I teach? Look at the situation until you see clearly what is happening. Then you don't have to ask me.
Okay.
Okay, understood?
Yes.
Understood but not accepted.
No, this one I accept.
Okay.
Right, thank you very much for your time again.
Okay, any more?
I think there are no more questions.
Okay, so
Anyone
there are
last
some...
question? No?
What?
Yeah, no questions online.
There are some from the web.
What is Nirodha Samapatti? Can lay practitioners attain this, and how does it fit in with Upachara and Apana Samadhi?
I mean, what is Nirodha Samapatti? The cessation, huh? I mean, it probably fits in, it probably fits in together with the deep state of samadhi. But I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know if I have experience, Nirodha Samapatti, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, the cessation, also happens, and it can happen, it can happen in the past moment, it can happen, in in the deep samadhi, yeah. So. And yes, as a lay person, if you go into deep samadhi, I mean, yeah. But normally, yeah, I mean, like Lungta Mahabodhi explained, it only can happen, Nirodha Samapatti can only happen to Anagamis or Arahants. They can go into this state.
Does reaching the state of Nirodha Samapatti, is it enough to prevent rebirth in a womb?
No. I mean, yes, if he takes the answer, that only Anagamis or Arahants, then you're not reborn in a womb. Yeah. But then you cannot attain it as a layperson because you have to have at least, you have to reach at least Anagami. Yeah. But deep samadhi, I mean, what is similar, similar to it, the deep samadhi, I mean, yes, of course you can be reborn in a womb. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't solve anything. Investigation is the only thing that solves. Yeah, our attachment to this body, our attachment to to the five khandhas, that is what we have to get rid of it. Just to dive deep into samadhi or go, yeah, in question mark, go into Nirodha Samapatti. I mean, that doesn't solve the problem. You come out of it, just like Lord Buddha said, I mean, he was in the 8th jhana. I mean, the 8th jhana is amazing, I mean, wow. You come out and everything is the same. Your desires are still there, I mean, you haven't solved any of the problem. If you do not investigate your attachment to the five khandhas, I mean, you will never get out of it. And you will always be born, yeah, in a womb, yeah? Or go to heaven, or go to hell, yeah, or any kind of other realms. Okay.
In modern democracy, some rules such as the levy of taxes, rights of individuals are changing from time to time, and they affect the general population adversely. If this person avoids paying taxes or violates government rules by lying, are they breaking precepts?
Of course. By lying, he said it already. Yeah? No matter what, yeah. I mean, we live in a society, we do have to accept it. If you don't like this kind of society, yeah. And actually, when I look at the world, there is no democracy. There's only kleptocracy, yeah. Oligarchy, yeah. I mean, there's hardly any democratic, state in the whole world, yeah. They're all, the powerful, all, take whatever they can get, yeah. So, yes, of course it is, I mean, lying is breaking the precepts, yeah. Next.
In Buddha Dhamma, the first precept is to vow not to kill or harm any sentient being. How then should a soldier in the front line, whose sole responsibility is to prevent and eliminate invaders, fulfill the requirement of this precept?
You cannot. Unless, I mean, the Lord Buddha said it about a hangman, and it's the same thing, same thing for a soldier, yeah. I mean, you get the order to kill this person, and you follow the order because, I mean, that is what you do, yeah. But the moment, yeah, I mean, and he said it, in the moment you take joy into this kind of work, yeah, and the bloodlust comes, after 3 kills, I mean, you get the bloodlust, and then of course you cannot, yeah, then you cannot kill, then you will break the precept, yeah. I mean, don't become a soldier, yeah. I mean, refuse becoming a soldier, or become a soldier, a staff, I mean, somewhere, where you're not on the front line.
The fisherman, professional fisherman.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, I mean, he kills the fish, a butcher, kills the pigs and the cows, unless, he takes the meat from a factory, where he doesn't have to kill. The moment you kill, you break the precepts, yeah. And a fisherman, professional fisherman, I mean, if he fishes for the rest of his life, and kills the fish, and doesn't put them, somewhere, where they can still alive and say, okay, take them, and let other people kill them, I mean, he will be born as a fish. Just like the butcher will be born as a pig or as a cow, the animal that he slaughters constantly. He has to experience the karma. That is what karma is about. We have to experience what we do unto others, for ourselves.
What about pet lovers who keep caged birds? Are they harming sentient beings?
Pet lovers?
Pet lovers who keep caged birds.
No. I mean, you feed them, you give them whatever they want, I mean, that is not harming any living being. But if you have a horse, and you're in a bad mood and beat it up, I mean, you feed it, you normally feed it, but in bad mood you beat it up. That is harming. But if you keep it in the stall, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
In his book, Wisdom Develops Samadhi, Ajahn, while referring to tackling the defilement, says the following: While curing the defilements, one must not wait to develop sila first, then samadhi second, and panya third, which may be through developing samadhi stage by stage. For this is always in the past and future, and one would never be able to attain permanent happiness. May the Ajahn kindly explain the meaning of the above.
I mean, I explained it so often. I mean, I say, when we look at Sila, Samadhi, Panya, there are 3 columns that we have to raise at the same time. I mean, without without Sila, you cannot really enter deep into Samadhi. Without Samadhi, you will not be able to be aware of what you do wrong. Without Panya, you will not see, the fine defilements, or the fine, breaking of the precept. So you raise them all, at the same time, to build your house of Nibbana on 3 columns, then it is stable. You can, I mean, lots of people, especially in Germany, and I heard it so often, we have to perfect Sila. No, you cannot perfect Sila if you don't have awareness and if you don't have wisdom. You have to have wisdom to see what you're breaking. So, you have to raise them, and that is exactly what Lungta said. You have to raise them at the same level. But in the beginning of our practice, there might be, something that is, that is missing for most of us who are coming from the West, Samadhi. So we have to push up a little bit of Samadhi. For other people, it is Sila. They have to push up Sila, until they are at about the same level, and then develop them together. The better wisdom becomes, the more we see how we transgress, the precept. The more aware we are of what we are doing, why we are doing, and what the results of our doing, the more clearly we see our, our breaking of the precept. So Sila becomes automatically better the more we are aware and the more we have wisdom. And when Sila gets better, our Samadhi deepens. And when our Samadhi deepens, our investigation, will deepen the wisdom. I mean, they're all connected to each other. Okay? Understood? Sani? My knee hurts. Is there anybody there?
Yes, Nampo, we are here.
You didn't fall asleep, yeah? Okay. So let's end it for today if there's nothing else, yeah?
Yes, okay. Thanks, Nampo, for the Dhamma talk and answering the questions tonight. Let's all pay respects to Nampo by bowing 3 times together. Nampo, see you next month.
Okay. When you're coming to Udon?
About, I think, 19, 20 of October.
Oh, okay. We'll see you then. Yeah, I probably see you only for an hour or 2 hours, huh?
I'll come for at least 2 days. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Any one of you has a question? Yeah, then ask them.
How do you deal with anxiety?
You have to see what comes before anxiety. First of all, accept the feeling of anxiety, yeah, and then ask yourself what comes before, yeah. Is it a memory, or is it a thought, yeah? And what comes before? I explained it, retrace, yeah, until you find, yeah. And then, yeah, and sometimes, we are born to die, so what I'm afraid of, the body dies, and then I get a new body, yeah. Roy? No? Put. Okay? That's it? Then we close the session, yeah? Bye-bye. I guess the camera didn't last very long.